What's going on? It's your king, Troy Escarpetta, and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about credit. We're getting into the credit vibes today. We're talking about 5 things that you absolutely need good credit for in 2021. All right? So just before we get into the video, if you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, share it, comment, all that good stuff. Also, if you're watching this on IG, just, comment, show me some love, and we're going to get it rocking. All right. So we're going into 5 things that you need good credit for in 2021, 2022, 2050, beyond. Year 3000, you're still going to need good credit, right? So the first thing, the number one thing that you're going to need good credit for is to become a homeowner, or to purchase your first home, or your second or third or whatever home, right? So for you to be able to purchase your home, yes, you do need a good to great credit score to be able to get this, especially with all what's going on right now. A lot of the banks are being a lot more detailed in who they're actually giving out these mortgages to, right? So typically you want to be, what they're looking for right now is between like a 640 and a 680 for you to be able to get a conventional loan, right? Now, they do have other loans where you can possibly get a house for a lower or having a lower credit score. So like for instance, I know that an FHA loan, minimum requirement is 580. Out of that affects what your rate is going to be, and this is really the biggest thing. Interest is definitely something that you should look up and really understand what it is and how much more you pay over time because your credit is not where it is, right? So you always want, with anything you're applying for credit for, you want to pay attention to the interest and make sure you get the lowest interest rate possible. So when you applying for a home, again, there's a lot of different things, because normally you want to put down around 5%, or with an FHA you could put down as low as 3.5% of whatever the total is for the house that you're purchasing, right? So even with a higher credit score, you're able to get more help, right? So for some people, you can even get down payment assistance, where there's a lot of organizations and different lenders that say, okay, this person is good for it, their credit is good, we can assist you with the down payment. Some people don't need that. Some people got the bag. You could drop it down and get your house, but you may not be ready to buy your house right now, right? And you're not at that point yet, or you feel like you will be there, or you working towards to get there. Your credit is one of the main things that you got to make sure you focus on, and it's really all a risk level. And you're gonna hear me say that a lot, but it's your risk level. They're assessing that to see, okay, great, looking at your job situation, which we'll get into, and all of these different things. So for you to purchase a home, yes, you need to start working on your credit. So now we're moving on to number 2. And if you want to rent a home or rent an apartment, yes, you're gonna need good credit as well. A lot of places, they do check your credit if you're trying to rent or if you're trying to get an apartment. Now, don't get me wrong. There's plenty places that, or websites or certain things where you can, reach out to the owner or whatever, and you can get into an apartment without getting your credit checked. I'm not saying that's not a thing. That's definitely there. I've done it plenty of times, so I know. But in a lot of these condominiums or a lot of these complexes and these new buildings and certain things, yes, they are gonna want to check your credit. That's something that a lot of people don't know. The video is just to really make sure you understand why credit is important. Make sure you understand why you have to start working on it no matter what situation you're at. You're looking to branch off, get yourself a home, or move into an apartment, or rent a house. A lot of places are going to want to check your credit and verify your credit worthiness, help to determine if they want to let you live in their place. If you own the house and you are renting it out to somebody, or you own the apartment building, you're gonna want to make sure that you got a responsible person. So not saying that people with messed up credit are irresponsible. It may be whatever the financial situation was that caused you, or not even having the knowledge. So a lot of people are just getting on to it. So you want to get an apartment, majority of places are asking for your credit. So that's another reason why you need to have great credit in 2021 moving forward. Now, the third thing is when you're applying for a job. Yes, when you're applying for a job, do you know that a lot of these companies, they actually pull, they don't actually see your score. They get like a modified version of your credit report. But what they're really looking for when they thinking about hiring somebody, especially if it's a big company, they thinking about, let me see if this person has any financial distress going on right now. Is this person a risk or theft? That's what it is. At the end of the day, there are companies, when you're applying for jobs, they check your credit. That's a factor when they're making a decision if they want to hire you for a job or not. So that's really the third thing that you need to have good credit for, especially if you trying to get a job with a big company. I'm not saying all companies do this, and I'm not saying you can't get it. I'm not saying you can't get a job if you got bad credit. I'm just saying that there are companies that they do pull a soft pull on your credit, not a hard inquiry. We'll do that in another video. So it doesn't affect your credit. You may not even know, but they are looking at your financial profile to see if they want to have you work at their company. So keep that in mind. That's another reason why credit is important, and the third reason why you need great credit moving forward in 2021. So the fourth reason, we're going into number 4, is if you are looking to purchase a car or get your first vehicle or get a vehicle. It doesn't have to be your first, get a vehicle, right? Now, I'm not saying you cannot get a vehicle with bad credit, because you can, but then we're gonna get back to the interest rate, right? The interest rate. So whenever you're purchasing something or you're getting a loan for something, you're borrowing money, you wanna get the lowest interest rate possible. If you don't have good credit, you might not be able to get a vehicle, you might get denied, or some banks will give you the loan to buy a car, but your interest rate is gonna be crazy, it's gonna be sky high, right? So to avoid that, you wanna have your credit score, and I'm not saying you need an 800 or, but you wanna have good to great credit, when you're going to purchase a vehicle, so that you can get a lower interest rate. So you might be buying a vehicle that costs $14,000 or $20,000, and then over the course of it's usually like a 60, 72 months, 36, however, 48 months, the amount of money that you're gonna pay, the vehicle may only cost $20,000, but after you're done repaying the loan, you probably paid, if the vehicle is $20,000 over time, you paid $35,000, right? So, and that's if you have a high interest rate. So you always wanna make sure you have a low interest rate. So when you think about going to get a vehicle, if you're thinking about getting a vehicle, you want to make sure your credit is intact. You want to, at least have a decent score, or be working on it, so that they don't beat you in the head. Fifth reason, the last reason, and we got a lot more. We're gonna be doing a lot more, but the number 5 reason is auto insurance. I didn't know this either, man, but the auto insurance, once you get your car, right? You good. All right, you got your car. Now they determine your rate for your auto insurance is your credit. Obviously, where you live, and your driving history, and all of this stuff goes into play with your auto insurance score. But your credit is a factor, and that can help you get a lower rate if you have better credit. So that's something that the auto insurance companies, they do look at, and that helps them determine. And it's all about risk. It's all about the risk level, right? They're looking, and it's like your financial. Somebody said, when you're in school, your GPA is what you worry about, but now when you grown up, credit score is the GPA. Right? That's your adult's GPA. This is real basic level stuff, right? I'm not saying nothing that a lot of people didn't know. I just wanted to do this just to refresh, your mind, and also let you know, yes, we do have credit repair services. We do have tools to help you boost your credit. If you are renting now, or you have student loans, or you have any negative items that's hindering your credit, you have resources to help you get that going. So definitely, you know, click the link below. You know, we definitely check out the resources, or you know, go do it on your own. Or if you know somebody who helps with credit, that's just something. I just want to get it fresh into your mind. You know, with the new year, I just wanted to do this video so we could all start thinking about it. You may not be looking to do any of those things right now, but in the future, I'm sure you will do at least one of those things that we just discussed. And for that, you will need good credit. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Like this video, comment, share, do all this stuff. You want to hear something else, or you want to go over some new stuff, that's cool. Hit me up. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. If you made it to the end of the video, love. And
on time, make sure you're never late. Hit the 800 club, now it's time to celebrate. You moving higher in the ranks. It's a perfect picture you could paint. It's all facts, point blank, man. You know that street credit, it don't work up in the bank. If you gon' want a home,